Hello everyone. Welcome to the brief report on terrestrial ecosystem restoration that magnificently occurred in Noyagada district of Odisha. This is the mighty story of the daughter Sabaramati along with her father Radha Mohan. Together, how they brought almost 70 acres of unfertile land in the late 80s in and around 1989 and turned the burdened wasteland into a massive greenery riot of trees and crops. This 90 acres greenery is an excellent example of terrestrial ecosystem restoration, for which in recent year 2020 they have been felicitated with the prestigious Padma Shri Award and now running multifarious activities by constituting the non-profit organization named as Sambhav, which means possible. So let's discuss briefly how this Padma Shri awardees, through their Sambhav initiative, made this possible. The biggest task for them was to make the soil fertile, as there was no topsoil ready for any organic cultivation. The soil management is somehow looks like this. Firstly, they made the elaborate water conservation system in which three rainwater harvesting ponds of different sizes and different elevation levels were acting, for which even in adverse conditions the pond, which is at the lowest level of elevation, used to remain intact all the time. Hence, no specific outsourced irrigation was required. Secondly, they had chosen only specific species of plants such as Bombay, Sabai grass, hill broom, etc., which further helps in soil fertility. Thirdly, they harvested leguminous plants which fixed the nitrogen in the soil. Also, they practiced mulching, which further improved the soil quality. Preservation of seeds is also among the top initiatives they made, and as of now, they have preserved more than 700 indigenous seed species. And through the initiative Adopt a Seed, Sabarmati made two structural methods for the spread of seed and also for conservation. The first one is called the centralized conservation, through which the interested collectors can collect and spread the seeds from one place. Second one is called the decentralized conservation, in which the farmers spread the seeds to the other farmers by obtaining some specific guidelines followed by a oath. All the seeds have some sort of medicinal properties. By looking for grains, mainly the variety of black rice such as Kodavati, Burma black, Chaklao, these are ideally for nutrition and also a beneficiary for human in pregnancy. Sabarmati introduced the unique SRI technology, which stands for System of Rice Intensification, which enables the farmers to achieve greater yields in less water and in less use of agrochemicals, and this technology requires generally less labor. This technology overshadowed the conventional technology in these five ways. So let's look at these five ways. In the very first way, the nursery management. They made the nursery smaller in size but easier to sow and manage. And however, these nurseries do not require to be overflowed as of seen in the conventional technology. In the second stage, which is the uprooting stage, the seedlings uprooted in less than half of the conventional time and are also ready for immediate transplantation. Now, the seedlings get transported in and around 7 to 25 hours, which is ideally 6 to 10 times lesser than the conventional time period. In the fourth section, the fourth step, transplantation is done in wide spacing and in better frequency. And in last, for weeding, mechanical weeder is always recommended in this technology. However, the normal farmer can take the weeding system period, which also less compared to the conventional. Beside all of the above advantages over conventional method, the SRI technology has greater advantages for ecosystem. The system of rice intensification requires no flooring, which generally reduces the methane emission, providing us a better and fresh and clean environment. Initiatives like this will not only help the farmers to adapt to climate change, but also to increase the nutritional security among them. Thank you for watching.